Hello everyone, good morning, and, well, morning for me, very, very early morning. And it's the new month of February. And when I can't sleep and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, I should do something. I usually just grab a game and play, but this time I thought, well, let's get back on it. Here we are, You see, I'm awake. I guess my tongue's still asleep. But here we are again, Our Darker Purpose. This will be episode 6. 5th time through, 6th episode recorded. Now that I'm doing full playthroughs of You're Gonna Die and then you end your video, instead of, hey, end your video after 10 minutes, and that's it. Alright. This time I'm actually going to be a little more cautious than last time. You might have noticed that I was... Oh my god, what the heck was that? Okay, you might have noticed that I was a little reckless last time. Guys were all taking their turns. Every single attack was, hey, we're gonna get you. Okay. I remember in an earlier video, I had talked about Whispers, or not Whispers, Shyness, when I defeated Harmless Markings. And I had talked about saying, oh, well, when am I going to stand perfectly still and get that plus 50% range? It turns out I'm going to do it quite often. Ugh, probably not the same way it was intended for me to do it often, but it will again as well. And we'll remember this room. This room used to be great because half of the lights didn't work in that one playthrough. Half of them had decided, screw this, call the power company, we're shutting off. Oh, it's the photo album, I'm so happy. The things the monsters carried is going to be what I choose today. Not the item drop lottery. I chose that last time. We were so happy. We were so proud. And then we fought 4 tabula rasas. And we regretted all of it. So now we will do the thing the monsters carried. I suppose since seeing last time I argued about the drop rates, I might as well do something about them this time, right? Alright. Now, I'm hoping with this 50% experience boost, which you can already see is pretty high, that we are going to be able to level up once, twice, maybe 3 times. Oh, survive, huh? Okay. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. You might have noticed a little pause at the start. That's because for a few seconds, I just couldn't wrap my head around what that thing in the middle of the room was trying to do. Stuff it in a locker. Collects 35 items. Well, I collected 35 items. I would have thought that they meant 35 different items, but if they just want 35 items, I'm not going to argue with them. Use the juice box, get a juice box, fight with Harmless Markings. Okay. Since we've already done some Harmless Markings achievement and gotten Shyness, we are not going to be using Chalk against her. She can throw all the fireballs and Chalk she wants. Man, I wish my fireballs went that far. I mean normally, not while I'm standing still. Now, I'm trying to figure it out whether some Harmless Markings are either pushed out of the chalkboard when a certain amount of time passes, or when a certain amount of damage has been done. I'm guessing damage. I had seen a comment on a video once that said somebody had hurt her while she was in one of the chalkboards. Okay, it looks like it's kind of timed. But I guess it's less and less time depending on how damaged she is. Anyway, somebody was saying that you can hurt her while she's in the chalkboards. I don't know if that is exclusively while using a piece of chalk, which it might be. Right there, that might be something they have to fix. If you saw it, every time she came out of the ones up at the top, she appeared here. I'll use my mouse. Alright, following the cursor, she appeared up in here. And you saw her hand move. Every time she lifts her hand and throws it, that's a fireball coming. But since she was in the wall, her fireballs hit the wall. A D? I barely got hurt. You guys are just silly. Okay, in the last playthrough, we found a sensitive room last time. Sensitive, once again, it says we take more damage, but so does everybody else. This lends itself great and bad, and, well, hopefully the more cautious playthrough that I'm trying to accomplish here will lead me to not be as... well, I'm not going to feel the effects as much as they will. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I just... wow. Okay. So... this is a weird thing, and this is just me. It might have been anybody else who's watching who also does this. But I keep track of the numbers of damage I do. I know that Cordy always does about 12 damage to any trash can when it has its lid on, and then about 126 or 160 afterwards. The sensitive classroom area is actually... I might make this one of my favorite things to go to. Yeah, favorite. There's a word. No, but seriously, now it looks like... you see, when it said sensitive, I was thinking, what, 10% increase? 50% increase? That was the terrible one. I was like, oh no, guys who did like 6 to me are going to be doing 9 to me. That was my thought. Turns out, nope. It's 100% increase. If you watched, every single time I hit someone, and if you compare it to any other time I've hit someone, I'm basically doing critical attack damage with a normal attack. Happy? Happy? Okay, that really helped out because of the, with the increased range and everything. Alright. This, the Fragile Roly-Poly, this might actually be awesome. Dodge is really powerful in this game. Dodge and crits. The two things you only have a percent of. The way dodge works is I've seen it only a few times work on me. The Chandelier of Longing caused me to dodge one time last playthrough. And instead of damage popping up on you, the word dodge pops up on you in green. You still get your flashy, like somebody hit you frames, but you take no damage. This roly-poly says that I have a plus 50 dodge percent while I'm rolling. At least until I take 150 points of damage, which in this classroom might happen. Now, because of that roly-poly, I'm going to have to be rolling a lot more often. So I'm prepared to use my roll. And yeah, we're doing critical points of damage without actually getting criticals. This is great for fighting someone like Frothy, who we basically figured out his entire attack pattern. And he is one of the bosses that I can safely say has an attack that moves slower than we do. You can't say that about many guys in this game. Cordy, she needs to work on her track and field. And goodbye, Frog. Alright, we've used one juice box so far, and we're only at 72, and we just completed this level. I totally disagree with everything they just said there, but I'm very impressed by the fact that I completed it in 4 minutes exactly. Alright, the Anders Kitchen of Caution or the Stark Kitchens of Pandemonium. I'm gonna go to the Anders because it's sensitive and it gives me much more. And as we discovered just now, sensitive is a good thing. I mean, as long as you... Ooh, what the heck did I just hit? I hit C. Hey, I found a new button. Awesome, kinda. Okay, we remember these guys. They can't aim up or down very well. And it's because their attack animation, their attack actually comes from where their hands are, not from where their globe is. Not from their center, like most enemies, but from in front of them. Like, if I was one of them and I attacked down, instead of it coming straight from Cordy, it would come from that sack of potatoes. By the way, I'm going to look at this C thing. Oh my goodness, look! Oh, look! Crit chance, range, move speed, damage, life, an experience bar, and how many coins I have! No longer will I have to keep retreating to the vending machine and say, can I do it yet? And with this experience bar, I can even look and see how far away I am and if the cookies of discipline count. And if I forgot to read something, I can read it here. My perks. I can read my books. My lessons. I can see lessons. Items. Oh my goodness, why would you put that button there and not tell anyone? C brings up your character. You know, like it does in other games where you push C and bring up your character info. Anyway, things I'd wish I'd known. Now that I do, though, I am so much happier for the point of it. And hopefully, unless somebody's already tried to tell me that, I can push C and look at my stats. I've never seen anyone actually push C and look at their stats yet. So I'm going to assume that either no one's tried that yet. Oh, I was gonna hopefully blow him up. Ah, that was a short one. I was too impressed with myself. No! And once again, we understand that Tabula Rasa sucks. You know what? I wasn't happy there. We only got... so far. I'm gonna leave credits though, so we can see if anything happens. Nothing yet. Here's what I'm going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going a second time, because that sucked. Alright, we learned a lot of new things. Hopefully now I'm not going to be as amazed and go ooh and ah and ow. I was so close to another level 2. Erg. So Cordy starts off, apparently, with always 65 range. Light radius is 90, and 500 experience is what is needed for the first level up. These are all things that, though they seem like just little tidbits, are very useful to know. Needing 500 experience for your first level up? That's actually pretty good to know. I bet you that there's a chest at the bottom of this all that I have to get to, right? Nope, it's just a horrible, horrible room of death and shots and firing. Hello, Bubble Boy. You know, I'm going to guess that he wasn't waiting for me in this room and instead went through this room, got into here and was like, well, I'm not going through there again. Yeah, I know, I'm taking a lot of damage. I think I'm still frustrated because of what happened last time. These trash cans aren't going to help me. First off, I need to reduce the pincer actions. Alright. So Shotgun Larry, I'll call him until I hit him and figure out what his real name is, up there is going to just sit there. And I'm not going to... Hey, that's the first time I've ever had a line of sight with the trash can, but they didn't have a line of sight with me. Interesting. Alright, we already know I have to kill this guy not only to open up the door, but to get this level up that I so desperately need. The Canny Courtesan. I know what a courtesan is. I can't believe that one would hide in a trash can, let alone here, but meh. Move speed and extra move speed, or the Clockwork Orphanage. Move speed. Clockwork Orphanage. Once again, I am going for attack, it seems. By the way, new item. Cat's Cradle. Slows enemies on hit. 15% slow on hit. Does that mean 15% chance that it does it, or 15% it always do it? Let's check. Of course it doesn't work on Frothy. Or maybe I'm just rolling my percentables really bad. Whoa! I gotta say, she can tumble really well. She might have a job in the circus when this is all over. I'm going to assume that when the enemy gets slowed, they they glow white slightly. I think I've seen that before. I mean, not only in Isaac when I hit people with spider webs. So I'm going to assume that if this was working on Frothy, he would be blazingly white and I wouldn't have to lead my shots on him nearly as bad as I'm doing right now. Oh, look at that. Olay? Ah. Maybe I'm getting a little cocky at Frothy. Yeah. I kind of figured that I was about to get hit when I went up. Maybe I'm just tempting too much fate with Frothy. I'll stop it from now on. Underlit I haven't gone to yet, but I know what it means. I'm not very happy about it. Look at this. I hope that I don't run into anything. Oh, look, another trash can. You can all take that. Okay, now, in Isaac, when you slowed an enemy with a slowing ability, it also slowed their shots. Here, not so much. It seems that their shot speed retains itself, and okay, that was the only can. And that could be a little... Well, I find it to be better. I like that better because it makes it more of a challenge, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. To deal with the enemy after you've slowed him. Because after you slow an enemy in Isaac, he's done. He's basically, that's over. That's it for him. I mean, not with the Hourglass, of course. The Hourglass has... It's too short a time for just the one use that it has before it gets its room cooldown. But this says survive. Now you see, because it was so underlit, I couldn't even see the word survive. For a second there, I just thought, oh, well, they're throwing a bunch of slimes at me. I am so screwed. Oh. Well, I wouldn't have given for my Schooner. Oh, where's my Schooner? Alright. These girls actually might be a problem, but not nearly as much as those trash cans are that are shooting me from off screen. Or not off screen, but, you know, from the darkness. Oh, what the? Okay. First thing that's ever happened to me that was weird. In a bug-like manner. So I got stuck behind that pot, if you saw it. The one hanging right there above me. And I was actually able to go through here. Oh look, you can. Kinda. I have to wiggle back and forth. Alright, maybe it's not a bug. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Who knows? The people who made it, that's who. So, they'll be able to tell if they ever see this or if I bring it up to them. Maybe I'll post it on their Steam page. That, hey, look at what I did. I went through some of your terrain. Although, I'm guessing that since the enemy's shots can go through terrain, that's not a bug. It's totally there for the sense of that's how that works. Maybe it's not supposed to usually work for QWERTY to go through, but I somehow made my way through. I'm going to buy another juice box right now. I'm not going to worry about the droughts or the potions or anything like that because, well, just because. Alright, the Cauldron of Yesterdayers. Now, there is a thought that I am in the worst spot possible. The middle. This is because the Cauldron of Yesterdayers, with all of his bouncy goodness, has his shots ricocheting off of walls and all whatnot. I don't think it's too bad, at least for an unlit area. Maybe if this was not... Maybe if I was in a normal cafeteria, I would think to myself, well, yeah, why am I standing there right now? I mean, now I'll definitely do something else, because the second helping's shown up. Oh, I just noticed I don't have a use item yet. Huh. Weird. I thought I'd at least picked one up. Anyway, these Death Blossom fire knives, annoying? Yes. Worst thing I've ever faced? Nah, in this game? No. In any game? Well, you already know the answer to that. That's probably a no. I mean, look at all the things that people have had to deal with games for a while. We've had to deal with a lot of things that were either unfair and undodgeable, and sometimes there was that part where the story had to kill you in order to move on, but you were like, no, and you just kept dodging. Yeah, that was good times till you got bored 15 minutes later. Anyway, the Cauldron, gone. Its knives, bouncing harmlessly everywhere. Next. I know Sensitive screwed us up before, but I really don't feel like going in with a bunch of wound warts in an underlit area. We already remember that wound warts are mostly chargy people. So I'd rather go to chargy people Sensitive, where I can try and kill them faster, than chargy people underlit, where I can't see them and all of a sudden I'm just going like, ah! Okay. This is not the worst. Once again, my favorite people in the world, the chair people. Mainly because of the pattern that I figured out back in episode 2. Now that we're safe, let's check something for a second. I am about to level. Good. I was pretty sure that I was nearing it, I can't believe I didn't in the last room. That was basically why I just checked that. I'm like, really? Nothing? Okay. Now, second thing. I have leveled, but it's not showing a level thing. That's because you don't level until the room is cleared. I suppose it would have been, they thought that it would have thrown you off doing the whole it popping up while you're here, you know? The Call of the Wild furniture intrigues me. It intrigues me because of the more damage to bosses. Sorry, I had to lean back there for a second. If my voice kind of cut out there. But Great Expectations of juice boxes, I like that a lot better. Boy, this is going to turn into a really long one if enemies start dropping things a lot more often. Although, didn't we... I'll check after this. Didn't we already get a thing for extra drops and basically they've been dropping nothing? I mean, there's a juice box right there, thank goodness. But yeah, I thought I already got something for extra drops. What was I thinking before? Oh well, there's 2 juice box drops. Remember kids, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Oh, I don't know if that's relevant anymore. Let's see. We've dealt with him. I am of half a mind to hit these scarecrows to deal with them, and I'm going to. Okay, I was thinking that something really funny might happen, which is that hitting one of those scarecrows would hit the other, which would activate one, which would activate the other, which would activate the other. And it would be an infinite loop of pain, which just sounds glorious. And deeply expresses my feelings towards this enemy. Just continuous slaughter. It would be perfect. Alright, the anti-gravity apple. I'll grab it after this cloud disappears because as we found out earlier, chalk is not a projectile, it is a floating hazard. Surviving, huh? I'm surviving for 8 more seconds in a sensitive room full of slime. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll at it. Ooh. Open it. Oh, what is it? Annoying metal puzzle. It does look indeed that way. It said even more slow on hit. Ladies and gentlemen, am I actually doing something right now? It's going so well. I'm scared. Oh. This is where everything in your body tells you, yes, 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 and then there's that little thing just, nope. Nope, you're about to get cocky. You're about to walk over spikes, and even though you walked over spikes, I guess it was in the seconds that you entered the room, which means that they didn't even know that you did it. I mean, you all saw that, didn't you? I just walked over those spikes up there and I didn't take damage. At least, I didn't see myself take damage. If I took damage, I'm sorry. For a moment there, I'm just contemplating my future. You know, it would be great if this slowed shots. If these shots slowed Tabula Rasa shots right there. Oh, before I pick up my manuscript, or I'm not even gonna pick it up. Before I do that, chairs also do not count as projectiles. Just thought I'd like to know. Alright. Now, I don't want that. I do want this. I am 12,000 away from a level up. If I fought 12 trash cans in a room, well, first thing I do is cry. Second thing I do is level up. I knew you were going to do anything left. A piece of chalk and a juice box. You know what? I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to try and jinx myself. But I'm thinking something, and I'm trying not to think it too loud because the game will hear me and it will screw me over. You know it will happen. You know, I already knew that the chandelier was going to be in here. And the reason I kind of knew was the layout of the floor had been hinting to it. Oh, and I forgot to use juice boxes. Either way, I was getting a little... I was trying to focus more on hitting him than watching my life. Yes, I know. Look down there. 3 juice boxes. You were doing so well. What happened to you? How could you? You suck! Oh, I feel it all. And my counselor's just greedy now, and he wants 100 credits each time. You silly, silly man. How am I supposed to get you 100 credits each time? No! I just realized that I ruined everything, and now my floor is cleared. It says 16, but I've had 6 deaths. That's an average of 3... About 3. 3.33 repeating floors completed every time. I've unlocked another achievement, but I don't know where to find them. Actually, maybe I do. Are they in the memory book? The memory book seems to only hold my enemies at this time. Extras again? No. Well, thank you for staying through with me through my ups, my downs, my hopes, my dreams, and these 2 playthroughs that really... They did okay, but I'm very disappointed that I couldn't get to the Woundwort Fortress. I think that that should be a goal for every single one. I am beginning to see why the Chandelier Longing is such a pain in the butt. Half of it is because he fires so quickly from every part of him. He fires those flames off. And the other half being that the way he moves is not patterned like, say, the Arrival Gifts or anything. He just seems to jiggle about. Oh, and all the spikes on the floor. Anyway, thank you for sitting around with us, and thank you for joining me on these 2 run-throughs of Our Darker Purpose. I'll probably see you later today with another playthrough of Our Darker Purpose, and if I can, I'll see if I can get the wife to do something with me. It won't be Our Darker Purpose because, well, I don't think she's really into twin sticks that much. Also, we'd have to do a split screen, and I'm already trying to learn how to do my thing enough that doing hers might kind of... It'll be a pain. Maybe one day we'll do something like that. But anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.